Abay. Ibrahim. Qunanbayulı. Kazakh. Abay. Ibrahim. Qunanbayulı. August 10, 1845 – July 6, 1904, was a Kazakh poet, composer and philosopher. He was also a cultural reformer toward European and Russian cultures on the basis of enlightened Islam. Early life and education. Abay was born in what is today the Selo of Karayel, in Abay district, East Kazakhstan province, the son of Qunanbay and Uljan, Qunanbay's second wife. They named him Ibrahim, but because of his brightness, he soon was given the nickname Abay, meaning careful, a name that stuck for the rest of his life. His father's economic status enabled the boy to attend a Russian school in his youth, but only after he had already spent some years studying at madrasa under Mullah Ahmet Riza. At his school in Semipalatinsk, Abay encountered the writings of Mikhail Lermontov and Alexander Pushkin. Contributions. Abay's main contribution to Kazakh culture and folklore lies in his poetry, which expresses great nationalism and grew out of Kazakh folk culture. Before him, most Kazakh poetry was oral, echoing the nomadic habits of the people of the Kazakh steppes. During Abay's lifetime, however, a number of important socio-political and socio-economic changes occurred. Russian influence continued to grow in Kazakhstan, resulting in greater educational possibilities as well as exposure to a number of different philosophies, whether Russian, Western or Asian. Abay Qunanbaiuli steeped himself in the cultural and philosophical history of these newly opened geographies. In this sense, Abay's creative poetry affected the philosophical thinking of educated Kazakhs. Legacy. The leaders of the Alat order movement saw him as their inspiration and spiritual predecessor. Contemporary Kazakh images of Abay generally depict him in full traditional dress holding a dombra, the Kazakh national instrument. Today, Kazakhs revere Abay as one of the first folk heroes to enter into the national consciousness of his people. Almaty State University is named after Abay. So is one of the main avenues in the city of Almaty. There are also public schools with his name. The Kazakh city of Abay is named after him. Among Abay's students was his nephew, a historian, philosopher, and poet Ïbrahîm Qunanbayulı, 1858–1931. Statues of him have been erected in many cities of Kazakhstan, as well as in Moscow. A film on the life of Abay was made by Kazakh Film in 1995, titled Abay. He is also the subject of 2 novels and an opera by Mukhtar Orazov, another Kazakhstani writer. Another film describing his father's life was made in December 2015, titled Qunanbay. Works. Abay also translated into Kazakh the works of Russian and European authors, mostly for the first time. Translations made by him include poems by Mikhail Lermontov, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, Lord Byron, Ivan Krylov's Fables and Alexander Pushkin's Eugene Onegin. Abay's major work is the Book of Words, Kazakh, Kara Sozdari, a philosophic treatise and collection of poems where he encourages his fellow Kazakhs to embrace education, literacy, and good moral character in order to escape poverty, enslavement and corruption. In Word 25, he discusses the importance of Russian culture as a way for Kazakhs to be exposed to the world's cultural treasures. Moscow protests in May 2012. On May 9, 2012, following 2 days of protests in Moscow following Vladimir Putin's inauguration as president of the Russian Federation for the 3rd term, protesters set up camp near the monument to Abai Qunanbaiuli on the Chista Prudny Boulevard in central Moscow, close to the embassy of Kazakhstan. The statue quickly became a reference point for the protest's participants. Occupy Abay was among the top-ranking hashtags in Twitter for several days thanks to Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who set up a meeting with his followers next to Abai Qunanbaiuli's monument in Moscow that he called a monument to some unknown Kazakh. This spurred a wave of indignation among ethnic Kazakhs who highly esteem Abay. This also brought Abay's poetry into the top 10 App Store downloads. Biography of Abay. Site dedicated to Abay. Karasojda. Book of Words. Kazakh. Poems by Abay. Russian. IMDb page for the 1995 biopic.